New York's Lower East Side, the melting pot of a big city that has molded some of its most famous citizens, as well as some of its most infamous.
Okay, the coast is clear. Come on. What'd you do that for?
Now we know he won't talk.
On the basis of the hot dog vendor's identification, Jimmy Nelson was brought in for routine questioning by the police. Puzzled by his refusal to cooperate, Captain Pat Chambers sent for Jimmy's sister, Myra.
Will you come in, Mrs. Robbins?
Jimmy, what is it? Why, they got you here. What did he do, Captain Chambers?
He didn't do anything. He didn't see anything. He didn't hear anything. But we've got a man on a slab in the morgue. And we have a witness who says your brother saw the men who put him there.
Oh, but if he saw them... Jimmy, tell him who they were. You don't want to get mixed up in anything.
Don't you start on me, Myra. I've had all I can take. Just leave me alone.
We don't know what you're saying. If you don't tell who they were, you'll be in trouble.
I can't identify them. Can't. Do you understand? I can't.
You could if you wanted to. Where you were standing, you had to see their faces.
Look, I told you, if there was anything I could tell you, I would, but I can't. Now, how many times do I have to tell you that?
Jimmy, do these hoodlums mean more to you than your friends, your family? After we believed
Well,
in you...
cut it out, Myra. I can't take any more.
You can't take any more. What do you think you're doing to me? After Eddie and I believed in you...
Will you put me in jail, Captain? Just do anything you like. I don't care, but just stop hounding me, both of you.
We're not going to put you in jail yet. We can't prove that you're covering up for a couple of killers, but when we can, you'll be an accessory.
Oh, he isn't, Captain. I know he isn't. Jimmy isn't like that.
Then what's the answer? One word from him, we can nail a couple of killers, and he won't open his mouth.
The East River Drive is a thin ribbon of concrete which connects the two extremes of New York's East Side. The lush, fashionable Upper East Side of the 80s and the Lower East Side of Delancey and Forsyth Streets. Only a few miles apart in distance, miles apart in other ways. The minute I got Myra Robbins' SOS, I headed for her home. This was the neighborhood I grew up in. The buildings were older, and so were the friends I knew back then. When they get in trouble, they sometimes call for me. It never fails. The old feeling is there whenever you come back. It's like going home.
Mike, I'm so glad to see you. I'm at the end of my rope.
All right, Myra, take it easy, honey.
Hello, Eddie.
Mike? Well, Jimmy, how are you?
He just sits there. He won't say a word.
Oh, Myra, lay off the kid, will you? You haven't given him a minute's peace.
A minute's peace? Do you think I'll ever have a minute's peace knowing my brother's in trouble?
Oh, he's my family, too, you know, but there's no sense in pounding him. The kid's got something to tell, he'd tell it. Right, kid?
No, Eddie, Myra's right. Jimmy's got to talk. Even if the police don't take him in, he'll live under a cloud the rest of his life. Now, Jimmy.
Maybe you didn't see anything. Oh, sure, I know the cops want to make a score, make it look good. But how can you make Jimmy say he saw something if he didn't?
Yeah. Jim. Look, can I talk to the kid alone?
Alone? Why?
Well, because I think that Jimmy and I can understand each other better if we're alone.
Well, I don't. He's been through enough. Myra and Jimmy are my responsibility.
Now, wait a minute.
Okay. Pardon my interfering. I didn't call you, remember? You called me.
Oh, please, Mike. Don't go. We haven't been able to do anything with Jimmy, Eddie. Maybe, well, he's always looked up to Mike. Maybe you can talk to him.
Oh, Mike, it isn't that I don't appreciate what you're doing. It's just that I don't see any sense in...
Come on.
All right, all right.
All right, Jimmy, let's start talking.
There's nothing to talk about.
This is Mike, kid, not Myra. Don't go hard to reach on me.
Oh, Mike, don't you start on me, please. I can't take much more.
Well, I don't understand why you're taking it at all. What do you think, this makes you a big man or something, a stand-up guy? Those two killers are laughing at you.
There's nothing I can tell you, Mike.
Well, that's what makes horse racing a difference of opinion. There's something to tell, and you're gonna tell it.
And you think you can make me?
Now, listen to me, kid. The police are gonna pick up those two with your help or without it. I'm just trying to keep you out of a lot of trouble covering up for them.
What do you think you're gonna do? Beat it out of me?
I could do that, too.
Well, go ahead, beat me. I hope you kill me. But I'm not talking, Mike. Not for you or anybody else.
A lot of tough guys have said that, and they've talked.
Well, I won't.
Look, kid, if you won't think of yourself, think of Myra. Think of what you're doing to her.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
You can or you won't.
Nobody understands. Nobody.
Well, kid, you decide you can trust me. You know where to reach me.
Lewis has been selling hot dogs in the neighborhood since I was a kid. His wagon will never replace a stork club, but then no fancy cook has ever been able to make truffles taste as good as his sauerkraut. Lewis was positive of one thing. Jimmy must have seen the men who killed the druggist. He must have. They had practically run into him. So it wasn't a case that he couldn't identify them. It was a case that he wouldn't. Eddie Robbins was right. Jimmy was his responsibility, and I was just sticking my nose in. But no matter what anybody thought, I knew Jimmy Nelson, and he wasn't covering any hoodlum out of friendship or admiration. It went deeper than that, much deeper. I knew I couldn't walk away from this one until I found out why. Pat Chambers had a man staked out in front of the house to keep an eye on Jimmy. But I grew up in this neighborhood. So I knew that when you want to go out without growing a tail, you use the back exit. It would be next to impossible to find out which flat Jimmy was going to. But now I had a lead. Tomorrow, I'd be able to find out who he was visiting and why.
What is this?
This is your little rocket Gibraltar spying on you. I caught him with his ear against the door.
What are you doing here, kid?
I followed you. I had to find out for sure.
How long you been out there?
Long enough.
How long?
I'll handle this, Adams.
You've been handling it. I tell you, this kid knows too much.
What did you hear, Jimmy?
I thought you loved my sister. That's why I was willing to keep quiet. And all the time.
So now you know. What are you gonna do about it?
What I should have done in the first place.
You're satisfied now, Eddie?
You can't stop me. I'm not afraid.
Give me a towel.
Eddie, don't. Eddie, please.
Jimmy Nelson's body was found the following morning. Pat Chambers, knowing of my interest in the kid, notified me. I got down as fast as the traffic would allow.
Take another look around the neighborhood. Medical examiner says he got it someplace else and was dumped here.
Yeah, about what time?
No less than 16 hours ago, no more than 24, according to the ME's guess. May cut it finer on an autopsy. Why?
Just wondering. What do you think?
Gave my man the slip, went out the back way. Must have had a date with the guys he was covering for.
You think that's when it happened, huh?
Maybe. Maybe he wanted more for keeping quiet. 2 slugs only cost 12 cents.
Or maybe he changed his mind about covering for the killers and told them so.
He didn't strike me as the kind of kid who deliberately commits suicide. That's what he'd be doing.
No. He must have had some important reason for refusing to talk.
Well, he's got an even more important reason now. He's dead.
Jimmy Nelson had made a mistake in shielding the killers, but they made an even bigger mistake in murdering him. Alive, Jimmy constituted a threat. Dead, he was a death sentence. And I didn't intend to rest until that sentence was carried out.
I know, Myra. I know, honey.
Mike, I killed Jimmy.
They had to shut him up to keep him from talking. But I'll get him, honey. I'll get him.
They won't bring him back. Nothing will.
Come on now. Come on. Come on. Here.
Where's Eddie?
He's gone to claim the body. I couldn't. Mike, there's something I gotta know, and you gotta tell me the truth.
If I can.
Was Jimmy part of the gang that killed the druggist?
No.
Then why? Why did he do it?
Well, I don't know. I guess it was just a case of misguided loyalties.
I said such awful things to him, Mike. If I could just take them back.
Don't torture yourself, honey. Don't torture yourself. There was a picture of Jimmy around here. Oh, yeah. Can I borrow this, Myra?
If it'll help.
Yeah, it'll help. It'll help.
Oh, find the one who did it and make him pay.
I'll find him, honey, and he'll pay. I promise you that.
In my old neighborhood, neighbors are more than people who live in the same building. They know each other's business because the walls are thin. They know who comes and goes. The picture served its purpose. There was no longer any question which apartment Jimmy Nelson had visited. Second floor rear was occupied by a woman, young, pretty, and likely to keep to herself. Her name was Lita Andre.
Who is it?
Let me in.
What do you want?
Let me in.
Are you crazy, busting in here like this? Listen, you better get out of here, because if you don't, I'm gonna start screaming.
Scream your head off. What, are you taking a trip?
Who are you to just come bursting in here like this?
My name's Mike Hammer, honey.
Well, this happens to be my apartment, and I don't know what you think you're doing here.
Look,
but
if
you
you're
better
so
get out.
indignant, call the cops, huh?
That's just exactly what I will do.
Yeah, and while you're at it, tell them Jimmy Nelson was killed here yesterday.
I'm getting out of here.
You're not going no place till I get what I want, honey. I know that Jimmy Nelson was here yesterday
No, he
because I
wasn't.
trailed him
No, he
here. Now,
wasn't.
don't lie to me! I haven't got time to play with kid gloves.
All right, he was here, but he was alive when he left.
What was he doing here?
He had to meet a friend.
Who? Who?
Al Adams.
Al Adams, huh? Why here?
He often did that. We were very close
Oh,
friends.
yeah? Where do I find this Al Adams?
I don't know.
Where?
I don't know where he is now, but he's gonna call me later.
All right. When you hear from him, you tell him you gotta see him. And then you call me. Now, if you got any ideas about running out, you forget them, because if I have to track you down, honey, I'm gonna forget I'm a gentleman. I had a call that Pat Chambers wanted to see me. What he had to say gave me all that I needed. The bullets that killed Jimmy and the druggist matched. They'd come from the same gun. I knew what to expect next.
Now, do you think?
No. Yeah, Hammer.
This is Lita Andre. I just spoke to Adams.
Good. Where is he?
Well, I don't know, but I'm supposed to see him about 6 o'clock.
Where?
Do you know the Mott Haven Railroad yards?
Yeah.
Well, there's a loading platform for the New Haven Railroad. It's right as you swing in the yards. Do you know the place?
Yeah, I'll find it.
He's expecting me at the loading shed. It's the first one as you come in.
Don't worry, honey. I'll keep the date for you. I was a little early for a 6 o'clock date, and since Myra's apartment was on the way, I decided to drop by. She'd be glad to know the case was this close to a wrap-up.
Oh, hello, Mike. Come on in. Hey, honey, it's Mike Hammer.
Don't disturb her if she's resting.
Oh, she'll want to see you.
How's she taking it?
Much better than I thought.
Mike, I'm glad to see you.
How are you, honey? Oh, you're looking fine, Myra, just fine.
Oh, I'm all right.
Listen, you knew most of Jimmy's friends. Did he ever mention an Al Adams?
I never heard of him.
Who? Al Adams.
Did you say he's a friend of the kids?
Well, in a way, yeah. He's the one who killed Jimmy.
Mike, are you sure?
I'm positive. I'm gonna get him.
Oh, I wish I could help. Man, I'd like to get my hands on him. You know where to find him?
Well, I know where he'll be at 6 o'clock, yeah.
Let me go with you, Mike.
Well,
Maybe I can help some way.
yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, you might come in real handy.
Nothing I'd like better.
Yeah? Good. Grab your hat.
Be careful.
Oh, don't worry about me, honey. This is a yard. Where is he?
He's in that loading shed over there.
Let's go get him.
Jimmy meant a lot to you, didn't he, Eddie?
Like my own kid.
I mean, you really want to get his killer, don't you?
Can't wait to get my hands on him.
Well, then I'm gonna let you have him, Eddie. You're going in that shed first. I'll be right behind you.
Oh, now, wait a minute. This is more in your line than mine, Mike.
Well, he killed Jimmy, didn't he? And he's not expecting us. Or is he expecting us, Eddie?
Well, what gives, Mike? What's the gag?
You said this wasn't your line of work. Well, what is your line of work? Killing defenseless men and scared boys?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you killed Jimmy, didn't you?
Me? Why would I want to kill the kid?
Because he saw you leave that drugstore after you killed the pharmacist. He covered for you for Myra's sake. Then he followed you, found out about Lita, and you had to get rid of him. Now, you walk in that shed. You might just as well, because if you don't, I'm gonna burn you down right here.
Oh, you wouldn't, Mike.
You got to the count of 3.
Mike, please.
1.
They'll kill me. Expecting you to walk through that shed.
2.
Mike, please.
It's on your own head, Eddie.
It's me! Eddie!
Throw out your gun, Adams!
Are you going to kill Eddie? No,
Come back!
please. No, please.
Forget to count, you trump sucker!
You killed him. You killed it.
No, Chicky. You did.
Both Adams and Lita swear that Eddie did the killings.
Yeah, well, maybe he pulled the trigger, but they're just as guilty.
That's for the jury to decide. Came close to walking into one yesterday, didn't you?
No, not really. I knew it had to be a trap. Yeah, Lita said that little Jimmy was an occasional visitor to her place. Well, she was lying. The neighbors said that the man in the picture was a constant visitor.
The man, not the boy.
That's right. And Lita was Eddie's girlfriend. When Jimmy found out about it, that's when he decided he was going to talk.
How's Mrs. Robbins taking it?
Oh, pretty rugged. What do you think? She'll get over it, knowing what Jimmy tried to do ought to help.
I guess the kid had some good in him at that.
Yeah. Poor kid. Eddie had him fooled completely. He idolized him. Didn't realize what he was until it was too late.
You still took a big chance.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you around.
Hey, Mike.
Huh?
Come here.
What?
This one we dug out of Eddie Robbins. You're a real lucky guy. It had your name on it.
They spelled it wrong.